What's going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. For today's video, we are going over the bottles that I picked up for the entire month of April. Before we get into the video, guys, I just want to thank you guys so much for the love and support that you are bringing to the channel. You guys are killing it, and I hope you guys are enjoying every single video I bring to the table. If you are, make sure you leave a like, comment, and smash that subscribe button down below, because I am uploading 3 videos a week. But let's not get into the sappy stuff. Let's get right on into the video. Alright guys, so we're going to start from the beginning of April and work our way to the end of April, and I'm going to show you guys every single bottle I picked up for my store hauls. So, first sets of bottles that I picked up were the Jack Daniel's Bonded and Triple Mash. Did a video on both of these guys, and these guys are absolutely fantastic bottles. Triple Mash, I think, is my favorite out of the 2 so far, but we'll see once we get more down into the bottles to see if one of them becomes a clear winner. Let's get into the next bottle. So the next bottle I picked up was the Weller Antique 107, and this bottle of juice was a little bit more than MSRP, but nowhere near what that secondary price is. Found it for 100 beans, and I said, you know what? Want it on the shelf. I haven't seen it for that cheap in a while. Made sure I picked it up, put it on the shelf, opened it up, cracked it open, did a video on it, and this stuff is fantastic juice. And I wish I could find it for MSRP because I would get a couple of bottles of it. But I was super stoked for it, and it lives up to the hype. Somewhat, not for that secondary hype though. Let's get into the next bottle. Next bottle I found was the E.H. Taylor Small Batch, and super stoked for this one. Haven't opened this bottle yet because, as you do know from the previous video, I am saving this for a somewhat special occasion, only because you cannot find this anywhere. I did spend 100 beans on it, a little bit more than I wanted to, but like I said, you can't find this anywhere where I live. So, pulled the trigger, got the bottle, usually going for anywhere from like 130 to 160, saw it for 100, pulled the trigger. Super stoked for it. Really good bourbon. I've had it in a couple of restaurants before. Make sure you don't break the bank when you're doing that though, because this is not worth over $25 a pour, but this is fantastic juice. Let's get into the next bottle. Next bottle I picked up was a cheaper one. Evan Williams Bottled and Bond White Label. Under $20. This stuff is fantastic juice. I've had it a couple of times in mixers. I have not had it on my shelf yet. Haven't opened it yet because I'm trying to get through my other mixers. I am going to do a video on this bad boy eventually, and it will be in the Battle of the Bourbons here in the near future as well. This guy is really good. Can't wait to break it open. Let's get in the next bottle. Next bottle I found was the Henry McKenna 10-year. Paid MSRP for this bad boy, not over $40. Super stoked for it. Some places are charging upwards of $100. Why? I don't know. But haven't broken this bottle open yet either. I want to do a full analysis of this bottle of juice here in the near future for you guys as well. Never had it either, so I was super stoked to pick it up. Super stoked for a nice tasting of it to see what my notes are compared to other people's, and we'll have that shortly on the channel. Next bottle. The next bottle of juice is not a bourbon, but it is a corn whiskey, Mellow Corn. This stuff right here is bottled and bond at 100 proof, and you can't go wrong with it. The nice sweetness that you get from the corn alone is fantastic, and for under $20 to get a bottled and bond corn whiskey, guys, this stuff needs to be on your shelf no matter what. It is fantastic stuff. Next bottle. Next bottle I picked up, another bottle of Buffalo Trace, but this one's a store pick. I have a little bit left of a regular Buffalo Trace, and I want to do a comparison. I want to see if the store pick beats out your traditional Buffalo Trace, just mixed barrel bottle. And super stoked for it. Picked it up for $29, the cheapest I've seen it in a while, and being a store pick, can't beat that. Next bottle. Next bottle I picked up, you guys saw my video on it. Not the biggest fan of it for the price, but the flavor is there if it was at a $30 bottle. being anywhere from $40 to $50, I don't think that this bottle of juice is worth the pennies that you're paying for it for the flavor and the proof. If it was 100 proof, 105 proof, or even 95 proof, I think that this bottle would be worth the $40. But being at the 80-ish, 85 mark right there in that proofing, I wouldn't spend any more than $40 on something in that 80 to 85. And this bottle of juice right here is in there. Don't think it's worth it, but if you see it for a sale price, go ahead and snag it and put it on your shelves. Next bottle. My local liquor store brought in a whole bunch of bourbons, and they do a Whiskey Wednesday for the Bourbon Club. And luckily I'm part of the Bourbon Club, and you can pick up bottles for just a little bit over MSRP. They gouge you a little bit, but it's nothing too crazy. So I had the option of getting another Antique 107 or a Special Reserve. I wish I went with another Antique 107 because this bottle right here is not worth the hype. But nonetheless, it's part of the collection and it's on the shelf. The Special Reserve is not worth anything over MSRP. Let that sink in, guys. It is not worth anything over MSRP. But still excited to have it. If you can find it for MSRP, go ahead and snag it, put it on your shelves. Still good juice. Next bottle. Next bottle of juice is my first celebrity bottle. It's by Bob Dylan, and it is Heaven's Door. And this is the double barrel whiskey at 100 proof. Not really sure why I picked it up. I think the bottle is just really cool looking. It's got a pretty design on it. And I'm going to be doing a review on it. If you guys haven't seen this before, I'll be sure to do a video and let you guys know what the double barrel Bob Dylan Heaven's Door 100 proof bourbon brings to the table. Because it is a pretty bottle, and it goes good on the shelves. But who knows if it tastes good? I'll let you guys know about that. Next bottle. So, last weekend, I went down to Texas for one of my close friends, calling my brother's wedding. I was in it. Super fun time. But down in Texas, you can find a couple of different bottles of bourbon that you can't find here in the state of New Jersey for, MSRP or anywhere near it. So I went down there with the hopes of finding some interesting juice, and I did just that. I was able to find the Old Elk Wheated Bourbon down there for just about MSRP, a little bit more expensive than it, but hey, I can't find this in New Jersey for under $100. So when I found it for the price I did, I made sure to snag it. Heard some really good things about Old Elk, and I was ecstatic to actually find one and put it on the shelf. I think they have one of the coolest corks in the game, being that it is the look of an elk antler. But I'll be sure to make sure I do a video on this bad boy to let you guys know what the Old Elk Wheated Bourbon tastes like. Last bottle. Blue Note Juke Joint Whiskey, uncut, unfiltered, barrel pick by a local store down in Texas. It is the Give Me 30 Minutes, hand selected by. This is a 121.3 proof, and this barrel is number 17446. Super stoked for this because I saw it once in one of my local liquor stores, being the uncut, unfiltered barrel strength, and I didn't pull the trigger. I was lucky enough to find this for $32, and the next store over had another barrel pick that was $48. So I don't know what was going on there, but they were selling this for the cheap, and I made sure to snag it, put it in the suitcase, and brought it back up here to New Jersey with me to do a nice tasting and a video on it to let you guys know what I think about this Blue Note Juke Joint Whiskey. So as you guys saw from the beginning of the video, the shelves got pretty empty, but after we put all the bottles back on, the shelves got pretty full. I think we snagged 13 bottles. I could be wrong. I can't keep track, but it was a very exciting month of April, and I can't wait to show you guys what May brings. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe because we are absolutely killing it, and I love you guys for the love. Until next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.